So I have genital herpes, and if you've been diagnosed as well, start treating yourself like your son, like your daughter. If you don't have kids, maybe like your sweet little grandmother. Or start treating yourself like your pet. And I don't mean in some weird way, but I mean that as human beings, we tend to treat others that we like, others that we support, others that we want the best for, like we want the best for them. But then we end up treating ourselves like absolute crap, abusing ourselves, whether it's emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. We don't ever treat ourselves the way we would treat someone else. And there is some kind of Jordan Peterson rule in one of his books about how treat yourself like someone you cared for. I forget the rule, but we need to start treating ourselves well. Because when you really zoom out and you detach from like how difficult it is to actually treat yourself well, you realize that there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't be nice to ourselves. It's like, I'm not going to take care of my health, I'm not going to take care of my body, I'm not going to say nice things to me, I'm not going to believe in myself. But then you realize that the only person who's holding you back from being your best is you. And like saying it out loud from my perspective to you, like, why wouldn't you be nice to yourself? But then I also self-sabotage, don't treat myself nicely. How this relates to a herpes diagnosis is that it's okay to shame yourself for weeks, months. It's not okay, but it's normal. But the key is that at some point you stop. At some point you realize that this is not serving me. I'm gonna be nicer to myself because I'm the only person who's got my back. There's my back right there. No one's behind me. It's just me. And if I'm stabbing myself in the back, metaphorically or physically, what's that doing for me? So drop the shame, drop the fear, work on yourself, self-improve, realize that you are actually in control of how you see yourself. And if you still see yourself the way other people might see you, they're going to reinforce that. And it works both ways. If you feel confident, people are going to see confidence in you. And if you think you're a disgusting, dirty slut who slept around, and people reinforce that, even though their beliefs are false about you, it's going to make you think that. Nobody can change my perspective on myself because what I believe is my truth. It's my truth, but it is true. I know that I'm diagnosed with HSV, but what does that say about me? And if whatever you're going to say about me isn't actually true for how I say things about myself, it doesn't actually matter. So the lesson here is that if you've self-shamed or self-pitied or believe that you're a terrible person or you believe you're never going to overcome this, stop today, because if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over and it's not getting you anywhere or it's making you get worse, try something different. I've made videos before saying, tomorrow, just pretend like everything is okay. Pretend that you're confident. Pretend that you can date. Pretend all of these things. Act as someone who is confident with herpes. Then the next day, go back to being who you are, which is ashamed and stuff. And this is not meant to be condescending, but like, give yourself a break. Treat yourself well. Realize that you're the only person who's gonna save your own life. And to help with that, I've left a link down below to a video showing you 3 secrets on how I overcame my diagnosis.